Minecraft just released the Vibrant Visuals graphics update as part of the newest game drop, Chase the Skies. Everything you're seeing right now is vanilla graphics built directly into the game, and they look incredible. And it's available on almost all Bedrock devices, even consoles and mobile, and it's also coming to Java Edition. This is the biggest graphics update we've ever seen, and Chase the Skies has even more to it, like the dried ghast that you can find in the nether and hatch into the adorable ghastling, and even the rideable happy ghast. Now, there's 4 big things that you need to know about the Vibrant Visuals update before we jump into all the features and take a look at some builds. Vibrant Visuals is built directly into Minecraft. There's nothing you need to download or install. It just works right as you open the game. Vibrant Visuals works on all Bedrock platforms besides some very low-end devices and the Switch. Vibrant Visuals will be coming to Minecraft Java Edition at some point in the future, and Vibrant Visuals is now the default graphics for all compatible devices. So if you load up your world and notice that it's on, that is why. You can turn it off by going into your video settings from the main menu, or if you turn on this little toggle right here, then you can simply turn them on or off from the video settings in game. Real quick, a huge thank you to Mojang for sponsoring this video. Yep, you heard that right. And let's take a closer look at some of the features of Vibrant Visuals. Like most enhanced graphics, the shadows are one of the most important features, and Vibrant Visuals does something very unique. We have pixelated shadows. So if you look closely, all of the blocks and everything in the game has a pixelated shadow, and they actually line up precisely with the pixels on the ground. As you can see here, they're not like slightly over a pixel. Light also goes through the leaves on trees, for example, so you can see like little specks of light making its way through. And one thing I found very impressive is that these shadows also work on the player's skin too, and it moves depending on how the player is oriented. Even if you activate your elytra, you still have that shadow on the ground in the shape of the player. Not only that, but your skin also has shadows cast onto it from like your chin. So if you look at my chest right there, as you can see, the shadows actually go down from my head, which is cool. Every mob in the game also has its own shadow as well that are also pixel accurate to what they are and how they walk. As you can see, it moves along. They look incredible. Now, even better than that, you can see pixelated shadows in the water, which I think looks really, really good. So these shadows are always pixel accurate. If we add a little bit of time to the day, as you can see, they move around just a little bit there, and they're always lined up with the pixels on the blocks. Another beautiful feature of Vibrant Visuals is the light rays and the god rays. You can see some here coming over the hills and poking through the trees. Pretty fun. So you're going to see these all throughout your builds, especially during sunrise and sunset. One of the biggest improvements that you'll notice over vanilla graphics is the sky. I mean, this is pretty much what we've been used to for a very long time, but if you compare it to the Vibrant Visuals, oh, it is just so much better. Especially when it comes to the nighttime sky, this right here is just so much better than the vanilla skies. A really underrated feature is that mobs can have glowing parts of their textures now, whether it be their eyes or other parts of their skin. This can help you see them while caving, but it's also just really cool looking. And you know what this means? That glow squid actually glow! Look at this! After all these years, these poor little guys finally have the ability to glow. Amazing. Now, they still don't really emit light, but you gotta admit, they look way better than normal. The Deep Dark has also seen a few updates as well, so all the Skulk has these cute little glowy bits on them, even the Skulk veins as well. And you can see the Warden also has some glowy bits on him as well. He's actually got an animated texture. As you can see, some of them turn off and back on again. Honestly, the Warden looks really good with Vibrant Visuals. And with any graphics update, you gotta check out the sunrise and sunset, and not gonna lie, these look really nice. We got a lovely, colorful horizon, and then the sun comes up, and honestly, it just looks pretty good. The sunset over the ocean is also really pretty as well, and not gonna lie, I'm a really big fan. Something that's really cool and unique to Vibrant Visuals is biome-specific lighting and atmospherics. These are really neat looking. So if we walk into the Mushroom Island right here, as you can see, the entire sky turns purple, and then we get this like purple sunshine in here, and it gets all gloomy and dark and amazing and mystical feeling. Honestly, this biome looks way better than I ever could have expected. I think a lot more people are going to start building in and seeking out these Mushroom Islands simply for that mystical purple hue. Now, as we leave the biome, as you can see, it transitions back to a bright light blue, and it kind of goes away, and we get our standard lighting again. And it's not just for the Mushroom Islands either, it also applies to other other biomes like the Pale Garden. So if we take a look at the sky, as you can see, this is what it normally looks like, and then as we transition into the Pale Garden, it gets this really nice smoky orange, and it just completely blocks out the sun. This also applies to the inside of the garden as well. As you can see, we have this like light gray fog everywhere, which looks absolutely incredible. This biome gets like 1,000 times more spooky just by turning on vibrant visuals. I mean, take a look at this compared to what it looks like in vanilla. It is night and day. Popping over to Nether, as you can see, it is quite ominous, and honestly, the visuals do look really, really nice, especially with the lava lakes and all the little bits of lighting around. Now, it is quite dark, and they have been tweaking and changing the ambient lighting throughout the updates and the betas, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more updates on this front specifically. And if we take a look at the end dimension, you can see there's also been some changes here as well. You wouldn't think that there's much to actually do in this dimension, because there's not very much light. However, of course, the Ender Dragon has glowing eyes, Endermen do too, of course, and there's also this end weather, like these little explosions that happen off in the distance. So we don't know why these end explosions happen or what the reason for them is, but we do know that something's exploding out there, and it turns the entire sky purple for a moment. These end explosions also cast shadows in the end dimension as well, which is pretty neat. And we haven't even talked about water reflections yet. Yeah, that's right, they're just built in, and it even works for the sun and moonlight as well. As you can see, all these villager houses are reflecting in the water, and it just looks really nice. So now that we've taken a look at some of the basic features of vibrant visuals, why don't we look at some actual builds with it? Starting with my castle build from a truly Bedrock Season 3, this thing looks majestic, especially with the light rays coming through the build. But yeah, look at all these dynamic shadows coming through. You can really see all the points on the build. Look at that, even the chains got like their own custom little shadow. That's wild, from all the way up there. So we even have some light rays coming through the very top of the build. Look at that, there's one hole up there, and it's actually like putting light on the floor. That's crazy. This was designed to work with ray tracing. I never thought like vanilla Minecraft would actually have this feature right here, where you can design like a sundial in survival. That is wild. Yeah, check that out. That is so cool. Oh man, we could do so much with that. All the buttresses and details and points on this thing really come to life when you have shadows that are actually accurate to the blocks. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. I mean, this just adds so much life to the base right here. It's a small little detail, but the shadows really are a big deal. I mean, look at this right here. The whole base is like, oh man, it's just shining on the ground over here. I know I'm focusing on the shadows, but I love it. You can even do some pixel art to get like a face in the ground using a base and the shadows. I mean, that's pretty cool, man. Sometimes all you need is a good sunrise to really appreciate a build, and Vibrant Visuals really adds to that with our Season 2 of Truly Bedrock farming area of bases. Just the subtle changes in lighting and the little bits of detail here and there added by Vibrant Visuals honestly makes everything just look so much nicer. Sometimes it's hard to tell if it's actually turned on, but that's kind of the best case scenario, isn't it? Because that means it's a true to life vanilla experience, but you get much, much better lighting out of it, and it just looks incredible. I mean, look at that. That is so nice. Taking a trip way on back to a very old world of mine, Silent Survival from like 2016, 17 era. This place has not been visited in a very long time, but man, Vibrant Visuals does give it a new breath of life, doesn't it? Unsurprisingly, all of the foliage is actually really vibrant. It's been a very long time since we built this stuff, so I kind of forget half of everything that's here, to be honest. Even really simple builds like this one can have a lot of life breathed into them just from a lighting update like Vibrant Visuals. Everything, it just looks better. Like, it really doesn't take that many light sources to really bring a place to life. I mean, this is great. So I actually just realized that swamp biomes also change the color of the sky. So if we go in here, you're going to see that it becomes green, which is actually really awesome. I had no idea about that. That completely flew under my radar. But yeah, if we fly out of here, you can see it becomes like a standard blue from a plains biome or whatever. Man, that is so cool. The sky highlights alone is going to make it so I just broke my base from like 2017. Oops. But yeah, the sky highlights alone is going to make exploring and traveling around the world so much more interesting. Now, I haven't looked at these builds in quite a while, and maybe that's for the best. Yeah, it's not that great, but this one over here is not too bad. A custom-built volcano. These are actually built around iron farms, so, you know, that's kind of neat. Now, even though this is an old world, I still have a very big build to show you. If I can find it. I have no idea where it's at, actually. So this is the storage room for the Cyan Sea. It is somehow still farming guardians. That should not be possible. The best way to see this place is to simply fly straight on up and out and then just get the full view. Heck yeah. You pretty much have to see this thing from above the cloud layer, though. I mean, dang. Oh man, we spent so much time building this in survival, and the new lighting, it actually adds to it. You can see the shadows underneath the ocean from the arms out there. That's crazy. Please don't point out that I didn't finish this base either. It's just, it's a tradition. So these walls are made of just straight up water, and you can actually see the full reflection of the build in the walls. I mean, look at that. That is a crazy detail. So this is the Guardian Farm, and if you're wondering why it looks this way, that's because it's from Legacy Console Edition. If you like this video or learned something new about vibrant visuals, then drop a like, share around the video, or subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.